Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 a.m. Wednesday in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Welcome to Twilight Malediction, Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, our flagship show here on the channel. Dustin likes my international mentions of time. So we're here, episode 28. Really starting to kind of get into the thick of it. We'll meet the players, we'll do a quick recap, and we will jump right into another exciting adventure. First off...
You must have been watching some TikTok into the thick of it.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't watch TikTok. I'm old. That's
it's like
way on the other side.
I'm also old.
It's way on the other side of the generational divide. And I'm happy. Yeah, I'm old man yells at cloud with that like all day. So anyway, I am noted TikTok hater. Manny at GrowedUpGeek on all your social medias, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. This channel as well on all those. If you like what we do here, give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is on your platform of choice. Enough about me. Let us meet our amazing cast and let us jump into whatever kind of shenanigans they are going to get into. Let us start with our kind of geographically aware barbarian and native of Icewind Dale. Tell us about Jaatuuli.
Jaatuuli is the native character here. Icewind Dale is his home, and he is the lizard folk barbarian, worshipper of Cryovane, and path of the eagle totem. So he's a feathered lizard folk, and he's giant and brutal, and it's awesome as hell to play him.
Awesome. We like having you. Let us move downstairs to somebody so polite and enthusiastic. He asked if he could have the lucky feat, to which I responded, I took variant human, divination wizard with the lucky feat at 1. So, yeah, I can't be somebody to deny that. Landon, tell us about Orryn.
Orryn is a rock gnome artificer, and he must be lucky because I rolled with like double disadvantage today to try to attune to that 1, and I still wasn't able to because I rolled disadvantage twice, and I still didn't get a 1. So
just attune to it at this point. Do I still have it in the thing? Here we go. I do have it. I just keep saving it. Your non-threatening wand of temptation. All right, well, I'll take it away.
Yes.
It's like next week you're gonna like flip a coin and be like, "Whoops, I lost." So yeah.
I'm like this close because I finally have the abilities that would help me.
Double disadvantage. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right, man. Well, I'm waiting for it. Let's move over to the east coast of the overlay. Our resident monk. Lewis, tell us about Baldr.
Baldr is, not from around here. Wasn't really choosing this path. This kind of was chosen for him. So he's making the best of it. Pretty much had a good time so far. So really likes what's happened so far.
And is not here by choice, so it's not like he has an option. He's just kind of here.
Exactly.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was kind of put here.
So yeah, all right, make the best of it. All right, and let us finish off with our resident fugitive and pacifist, subject of quite the thorough canvassing by the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company. Dustin, tell us about Kelroth.
My name is Dustin. I play Kelroth. He is a half-elf cleric of the life domain, so he is pretty good at healing. And he's a bit of a pacifist, and by that I mean he's completely a pacifist. And he had trouble in his past, and that caused him to become a pacifist. And now that trouble is catching up and punishing everybody. And we're trying to make the best of it until somebody has to die.
I'm gonna say most D&D campaigns are. Well, we're trying to make the best of it. The world's on fire. There's a dragon loose. There's giants everywhere. But hey,
Yay!
yay! All right, that's our amazing cast. Everything on this channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for them. So I thank them every week, and I'm so appreciative they came out to play and just hang out with me, basically. So thanks, you guys. So last week, the party surrounded and arrested by Flaming Fist mercenaries. Kelroth very selflessly offered his own life and imprisonment for the release of his party mates. They, Flaming Fist, as they've portrayed themselves to be very afraid of their leader, did not want to defy their orders, which were to capture anybody in the company of the fugitive. Through a little outside interference of a familiar dragon, which broke up the company of mercenaries that was in charge of their capture, the party managed to escape through some clever ingenuity, and one of the rare times that splitting the party really worked out for them. And as they eventually sought themselves free of any pursuing mercenaries that were not killed by a large dragon, they realized that they were relatively close to a place they had been before, the somewhat infamous Black Cabin, the place where the acolyte of Lathander had been known to disappear to conduct kind of his own experiments and do his own kind of research. And the last time the party was there, they discovered the cabin. Orryn went missing, touching this artifact that the acolyte had been working on but hadn't quite perfected. Similar to Netherese, powerful former race of wizards, that they developed the technology that is currently kind of the sort of MacGuffin that they're after right now. So we will set this up at the end of the party kind of making their way into the Black Cabin. Let me go ahead and put it up so everybody remembers. Boom. The party's made their way. They haven't had a rest in 4 or 5 sessions since before they went to Orryl's Island. And a much needed rest. People had gone down, spell slots were empty, key points were just about done. And the party makes their way to the Black Cabin, made their way inside, kind of looked around, saw that it was more or less exactly as they had left it, save for maybe somebody else had been there in the meantime. Some of the dust was disturbed around the table and on the floor. And we'll leave it, we'll pick it up right there. The party, just having gone inside and realizing that everything was kosher and that they were safe to take their rest here, we'll turn it over to them. You guys, just inside the walls, everything seems safe. Everything seems almost exactly as you left it, including the kind of incomplete, or at least not properly assembled artifact that Jaatuuli had smashed to save his little buddy, or after everybody kind of recovered from Orryn touching it and disappearing, because, you know, that's what artificers do. So you guys are...
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You're role-playing the character, buddy. I got it. The wand
Hey, I
thing.
survived.
There you go. That's a spirit. So yeah, you guys are inside. We'll call it basically the great room, with the table where all the kind of notes and books and where smashed artifact remain. And you guys just get inside. Everything seems okay. What do you guys want to do?
Well,
We
probably.
have rested. This is after
No,
resting.
this is right when you guys get into
Okay.
the cabin. You kind of checked
Have
it
not
out.
rested.
Yeah, not yet.
Julie's
Okay.
gonna go into each room and make sure no one else is in here.
Okay. You make your way from room to room. Everything seems to have kind of an even, like, coating of dust on it. None of these rooms have, like, a broken window or a hole in the wall or anything, so nobody could have come in from the outside. And give me a history check.
All right.
Everyone, history check.
Yeah, if you guys all want to kind of give the place a once over, give me a perception or a history check, and tell me which one you gave me.
I rolled a 3, so I got 11 total.
On.
Yeah, history.
Okay.
I have a
You
terrible-
can remember the poem that you read one time. But this place?
Exactly.
I got a 10 on my perception.
Okay.
So
Dirty
I'm
20
looking,
on my
but I'm
perception.
not
Okay.
And I have 18 on my perception.
Okay. Jaatuuli and Orryn will be able to tell that there's no new holes in the walls or the windows. They are pretty much as is. Kelroth and Baldr are going to kind of look around, and as best they can tell, everything is really exactly as you left it. You spent a night and some time here prior when Orryn went missing, and everything seemed basically exactly as you left it, as if nobody has come into the rest of the cabin. The great room, the dust had been disturbed. There was tramped down snow where it had kind of come in through like a hole in between the beams of the structure. But these other rooms seem exactly as they were when you left, which was, I don't know, a week and a half ago, maybe.
How is everyone's health situation?
Just above half.
I think I used my channel divinity to kind of pop everyone to at least half. I have like 2 spell slots left, so I'll just start casting Prayer of Healing. It takes 10 minutes, so do whatever you guys are doing while I cast my spell.
I'm at 57 out of 92.
Okay.
But I did just level, so I think I might have higher hit points than that. Yeah. I'm at 57 out of 101. So.
Okay. Alright, so Kelroth's doing his little ritual of healing. Orryn, Baldr, what are you guys doing? Jaatuuli, what are you doing? Just kind of scoping the place out?
Jaatuli's gonna try and get a fire started outside. See if he can't cook some meat that he's got in his pack.
Okay. Outside the walkway that you come up, it's like a ramp comes up from the ground. It's missing boards. They're all underneath, like they've just been stepped on and kind of fallen through, or this cabin's pretty old and just has generally kind of fallen apart. But there's bits of boards and kind of wooden debris all on the ground outside.
I'll gather it up and kind of put it into like a... Gather it up and grab some stones that I can find laying around outside. Kind of make a campfire out of it.
Inside, is there anything we can just like build a fire inside?
No. There's no like fireplace or anything. I mean, and there's no fireplace.
Assuming time goes by and nothing happens within 10 minutes, I heal everyone in the party for 28 hit points.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
Dang.
Wow, that's a heck of a...
It was a good roll. I got a 6, 8, 4, and then I get plus 10 to my healing.
Nice.
Nice.
So plus 28 to everybody. I don't think it's going to matter, but we're about to go to sleep, so I might as well use my second to last spell. I still have 1 left.
And just
That puts me at a 2 below max, so I'm in.
And actually, I was going to double check something.
No.
I don't think this matters because I think I accidentally put my health at maximum. I heal even more than that. I heal an additional 5 points on, so I heal 33. Yeah, 33 points. Because when I cast a healing spell of 1 or higher, I restore hit points 2 plus the spell's level in addition to whatever the spell does.
Nice.
Well, thank you, brother.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm selfish.
Left to make up for it. So.
So But I basically I'm completely spent now. I have one spell left, but I'm holding on to that as an emergency. If we feel like the place is secure and we've kind of got like a nice fire started, I'll like start, I don't know, flipping some bacon. We eat bacon, right? You like bacon?
Yeah.
I
we
found
got
some
all kinds of
some like preserved bacon that I'm like just gonna like get nice and warm, you know.
We're Americans. We like bacon is life.
America, where's
you
that?
you went to Silvery Moon. I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
that is
America.
not an SEC school.
Sorry.
I've heard ancient arcanists talk about a mystical land far to the west, but
It's one of the
This
planes.
may be fourth wall breaking, but when you're American, even your players love bacon. Okay.
America.
You don't mess with the bacon.
Baldr loves
no, that's not
Baldr
very
loves
woke
pork
of
belly.
you.
There you
I don't
go.
know if this bacon you speak of. I love a nice fat round of pork belly.
Moose belly.
Moose belly. That's a bad omen.
I'm preparing my spells because I'm like, ooh, we're gonna take a nap and stuff. What is our goal for tomorrow? Like, I have now that I'm higher level, you know, I have access to spells of lots of different varieties, and it's kind of like, are we going into a dungeon? Are we hunting somebody? Or like, I've got lots of options, so I want to know what we want to do.
We're going to find and murder the villain Harple.
Yeah, that's an option. What else do we have?
I love
like...
that we call her villain now. Not even gonna lie. I love that. That's become her name.
Yeah, I mean, that's her fault.
Yeah.
He did it.
But like, we basically have like 3 or 4 things that we kind of need to pursue. We gotta kill the bitch. We gotta.
There's a couple of those we gotta kill.
It's true. It's true. List keeps growing. I don't like it. We could potentially confront this being pursued bounty sort of situation. That is something we can confront. We have a dragon that needs dealing with in some capacity, and we have the whole prayer, which was it taken from us or something?
It was in the book, and you guys gave her the book and the.
Oh, so
and
that
the
really
orb.
makes us need to go after her, doesn't it? Well, we have the Aural situation and the curse. So, like, those are like the 4 direct things that we kind of have to figure out how and what and where. It does sound like greatly maiming Harple is a step in the right direction, since mainly we need
What she
that
had.
prayer. Yeah, we need that in order to deal with, unless for once she's actually going to do something and we get there and she's like dealt with the problem that we were
Where's she gonna be?
Well,
it's not like we
if
know
we
her.
sleep, I can tell you where she is outside of like other external forces. I can find out where she is. It's gonna use like my highest level spell slot, but I can do it.
Well, at that, Baldr will,
It's
feel
almost
a
like
little
my
bit
god
at ease,
saying,
like,
"Get her." I looked at my spell list and I was like, "Oh, that could get her."
yeah. Well, then I'll feel a little bit at ease, like, if you're saying that. So, I'll start making
she's a magic
my
user,
meditation. Get my meditation mat down.
She might have protections or spells up or something. So it's not guaranteed, but it theoretically could be. She doesn't know that I can do this because I only just learned it not that long ago. So
Like today.
But you never know.
No, more than 2.
All right, so he's got a little fire going.
I had this spell a while. Like I got it at level 7, not at level 8.
So we got a little fire going. Kelroth's making some bacon. Orryn, what are you up to?
And some tea.
And some tea.
Bacon and tea. That's what we're doing today.
From melted snow?
Yeah.
Cool.
Melt some snow, get some tea going.
Orryn is, while everyone's doing that, Orryn is doing the very responsible task of making snow angels out in the snow.
Word.
Oh, that's good. I'm making
I didn't even think you had to leave.
chamomile.
I didn't even have to leave the inside to make snow angels. I thought wasn't those walls were like broken in or something like that.
There's a little bit like in the foyer, like through the front door.
Got
He's a
my
little
own
guy.
version of like sleepy time. It's like a chamomile vanilla honey tea, you know?
Sitting around the fire outside.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Orryn making snow angels. Baldr, you're trying to get your meditation on? Starting to?
Yeah, I'm gonna like try to find like
Go to the zone.
a nice like quiet space inside, and like put my cloak down and just kind of start focusing in.
Okay. All right. As everybody kind of settles in, everybody who's outside is going to notice the moonlight that usually is pretty much your main source of light is somewhat obscured this evening. Clouds have been kind of rolling in, wind's been picking up, and a light snow kind of begins to fall outside, probably to Orryn's joy that making snow angels while it's snowing is probably pretty cool. And yeah, the night kind of continues. It's not too dark. Well, it's not too bright. The aurora seems to have faded as it did previously while you were here. It does fade over the course of a lunar cycle. And you guys feel relatively safe. There's kind of a large cliff off to the west side of the house. That's the reason why the porch kind of goes up and exists. Baldr's inside getting his centering and his mindfulness on. What do you guys want to do as the weather kind of starts to turn?
I guess we should figure out our watch, just in case.
Okay.
So yeah, does anyone want to take first watch in particular?
Take first watch.
Okay. And
Still got more meat to cook.
Okay.
and I'll take the last watch.
Okay.
Somebody wants to take the middle watch.
Orryn can.
You want to go second or third?
Second.
Okay.
The also the homunculus servant, I have prepared it. It's the last time I used it. I will have it sit and watch as well during each shift, because it's immune to exhaustion.
Okay.
As a robot. So if anything does happen, like whoever's keeping watch can kind of like guard the door while it comes in and wakes people up.
Where are you gonna have it? You can have it outside?
I was thinking probably wherever the watcher sits.
Okay.
And probably just sit like above them. Hopefully not in a place to die again.
I mean, you guys avenged him.
We did.
We did.
We did.
Sort of.
But it was a sad day.
So, yeah. All right. So Jaatuuli will get you with the first watch.
At some point during the night, maybe before I wake up from my first watch, or just before I go to bed, because I'm not taking the first watch, sorry. I am going to pray.
Okay.
I don't have any, this is not a special ability, but I'm just going to kind of call out and say, I've heard your call a couple times now, and I'm doing the best that I can, but things seem to be a little not going so great, and I have concerns because I don't know what way you're trying to push me. I feel that the powers that I have are kind of pushing me towards violence, but I feel like I got to where I am by not being violent, and I don't quite know what you want of me. I guess I'm feeling a little lost, and I'm feeling a little concerned about the steps we might have to take in order to achieve our goals. Yep, and that's kind of just think about those thoughts. I am struck down by a great beam of light for even questioning my deity, and you guys find my burnt corpse in the.
And then I eat it.
I mean, that'd be fucking cool.
Orryn's
But
like, quick, where's the glove? He must have touched the glove.
Baldr's mentor's like, yo, your boy's dead.
and then Schmeldroth comes.
Smeldroth.
Yeah, it's Schmeldroth.
All right, so I sent you a little bit of
Yeah,
divine
I saw the
offering.
thing.
So as you seek out your deity that has shown you grace and blessed you with significant powers, 33 hit points worth of healing before you guys took your rest is pretty impressive. Like most times you have felt a connection or seen the actions of your deity, you get this kind of internal euphoria and feeling of warmth. I was
It was
like
crazy.
I was like, I don't know if
Heard
that's
it.
I don't know if it's the cat or the baby. Like that's the thing.
That's the baby.
Okay. Could seriously safe bet
I
on
hear
it.
you.
Safe
I
bet.
hear you, Great One.
Is my god a
I
tabaxi?
don't understand, but I hear sounds.
My god's a tabaxi. Knock shit off the table. You feel this like kind of internal euphoria and like a real warmth and that same overwhelming sensation of the biggest hug that you could feel, and not only the kind of physical like kind of embrace, but that brain chemical that is released when you hug somebody just in abundance. And even in this moment of, you know, kind of questioning and really feeling, you know, the weight of your previous actions, the sense that is given to you is one of acceptance. And yeah, and then what you've got in chat, which is the voice of your god in your head.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
That's all I do.
Cool. Baldr getting his meditation on. Orryn, where are you gonna sleep?
Orryn will probably sleep somewhere in first floor. That way, if something does happen,
There's only one floor. There are two bedrooms. One looks.
I thought there was a second floor because
That-
when we went there, it didn't make on
I-
top of the thing.
I think that. Oh, you have to go upstairs. Like the
Okay.
porch is kind of elevated. It's like a raised up house, like you have in like the south against the beach. You know what I'm saying? It's up on stilts.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two bedrooms. One with like a twin bed, and one with I don't know. What's a bed for one person?
Full if you're
A
my
single?
person.
That's what I thought too.
Or-
I don't think that's the proper term for it, but yeah, like a
You
single
don't
mattress.
want to.
Dude,
Trust me, you don't want a single. You want to either sleep in a twin or a double. That's like the smallest you want to go as a big guy.
I'm not. I was like,
The
dude, that's like
Tenta-sized individual full is basically as small as you want to go.
perfect. I'm not your size. So yeah, what do you think, Orryn? One of the beds?
Orryn will take probably the room with the double because
Yeah.
whenever someone else is sleeping, you know, then he's little. You know, I think that makes
He
the most
feels
sense.
nice and safe.
Yeah.
Like a cat just gonna sleep in the middle of the bed. All right, Kelroth gonna drift off. Baldr going to get his meditation on. Orryn going to take up the entire bed, despite being a rock gnome. Tenta, Jaatuuli, where are you going to do your watch from? Outside or?
I'm gonna kind of like snug into the snow right where I've got my fire going.
Okay.
And just sit there with the stick and keep poking it and tending it and occasionally throwing another board on.
So you're gonna crocodile it in the snow.
Yeah, crocodile it in the snow.
Okay.
That's what I have pretty much am.
All right. As your watch kind of continues on through the first couple of hours, the weather begins to turn real bad. Heavy snow, the moon is almost completely obscured by clouds, and an almost deafening tundra wind has picked up, blowing snow everywhere. Your fire barely manages to kind of hang in there. The only thing really keeping it is the very little wind-breaking effect that your kind of rock circle around it made. And give me a perception check.
Wow. 25.
Nice. In the darkness, off in the distance, you occasionally see a blue-ish flash off in the distance up in the clouds. Similarly to if you ever saw like lightning strike within a cloud during a storm. Except instead of it being a kind of white light that lightning would generate, it's a very clear and somewhat familiar kind of blue glow that just occasionally flashes, sometimes relatively close, sometimes just off in the distance.
That's concerning. I'll as I start to see the flashes, I'll kind of like sink down deeper into the snow until I'm full on crocodiled.
With the increased snowfall and the weather kind of turning bad, as well as the wind picking up, it's not too long before you are completely covered in snow, even to the point where it's almost to the point where it starts to accumulate above your eyes. I take it what, you're laying like flat on your belly?
Yeah.
Okay. So, eventually you're back and everything's covered. You're pretty well camouflaged in the snow, and the wind and the increased kind of precipitation are making it so every once in a while you're going to have to kind of move the snow so that it doesn't just eventually just bury you completely.
All right. Perfect, though.
All right. Throughout your watch, every once in a while, the blue kind of lightning glow of the clouds appears. Even with your eagle vision and kind of a good gauge of distance, at no point does it seem to come within a mile or two of your location. And throughout your watch, the snow and wind continue to the point where it is almost just a deafening, windy howl outside as the snow blows everywhere, the sounds of it hitting the side of the house, and everything just kind of become very, shitty weather. Gross. It's cold. Your watch comes to an end, aside from what you saw, the cloud off in the distance, and it is Orryn's watch.
I head on inside to shake the snow off, and then I head on in to lay down where Orryn was.
Okay.
Orryn kind of like stretches out as he is woken up. He's not looking forward to it, but he All right. Kind of like rolls out of bed, does that kind of Iron Man thing to like guess armor to automatically come on, and then he like walks outside yawning, or to the entrance anyways.
As you wake up by a big, large, probably still kind of damp lizard man getting into bed with you. I mean, who hasn't been there? You can hear the howling winds outside. The trees off in the distance below the house in the canyon rustling, and just all kinds of just light sounds of debris, probably snow, small pebbles maybe, from the wind beating against the side of the house. And you're going to go to what, the big room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's Jaatuuli. I'm not no that's one. Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to go outside? Get buried in the snow real quick?
Yeah, Orryn's definitely outside.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Jaatuuli, give me a survival check kind of after the fact to let me know how well you tended to the fire while you were out there.
Hopefully we don't get demonetized for my music. Survival. 19.
Okay. Even though he was trying to remain camouflaged and hidden, still, the fire, as you find it when you come outside, is still going. The pile of sticks that Jaatuuli gathered to start it, still right by it, covered by something, so it's not wet. And just horrendous weather. Give me an athletics check, please.
You can do it.
Oh, 17.
Nice. So, because of your heavy-ass armor, this vicious howling wind that would otherwise probably knock a being of your stature over, but you do find it very hard to kind of hold down. You feel like you have to lean forward a little bit as the wind smashes you in the face. It is cold as hell, windy, and the snow is really coming down on this not even moonlit winter night in Icewind Dale. So what do you want to do on your watch? You just going to hang out by the fire, go for a stroll?
Yeah, I mean, Orryn wouldn't go too far away from the fire, but he probably wouldn't want to sit too still. So yeah, I think probably going for a little stroll, like around the campfire. I think that sounds like what he would do.
Okay. All right, give me your perception check for your watch.
All of these are things I have plus 0 in. 12.
Solid roll, dude.
As you kind of make your way around the cabin at night on your watch, you see the same kind of blue light flashes in the clouds. Every once in a while they kind of catch your notice. And it sounds like something moving towards you relatively quickly, in like a kind of start and stop kind of way. But you're not sure because of the wind and how bad it is outside.
Okay. Since Orryn's not sure, he will kind of stop his stroll and get closer to the entrance of the house. And he will tell the servant, the homunculus servant, he will say something along the lines of, if I give the signal, you go wake everyone up. You know, yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do.
There we go. Okay. Are you gonna go back inside permanently, or are you just gonna go tell the servant?
Orryn will still sit out at the campfire, I suppose.
Okay.
He just won't be strolling around the cabin.
Okay.
He'll just sit a little more where he can see things a little bit better.
Okay. Give me a survival check to tell me how you tend to the fire.
8. Keeps getting worse.
Because you've been wandering around, walking the perimeter, not sure of what you're hearing, the fire has gone just about out. Just a very few coals kind of remain. It's gotten wet as well.
So, did we have any, I assume we had some wood that we had to
Yeah,
put into the fire, right?
Yeah, he gathered it all up from the busted up porch.
Awesome.
It's in a little pile right there.
Yeah. So Orryn will grab some of that and put it in there. I don't know anything about keeping fires alive now, so.
Go ahead and give me a survival check again to see if you can bring this fire back.
Just so you know, in real life, the way my family would start a bonfire was setting a little Caesar's box on fire and putting it in with everything. 16.
16.
Got a little Caesar's box on you.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
saying
easily
specifically
flammable.
Little Caesars too.
You
Not
are
a pizza box.
crazy bread.
So you get, you're pretty smart. You know, you studied. You understand how fire, the physical thing, acts, and you managed to kind of get the fire going again, even kind of generating a little light. Give me a perception check again.
11.
Off to the west, down the embankment, you hear branches from the trees sound like they're snapping clear off the trunks of the trees.
Like it would be something big, or like it would be
Just
I don't know,
just tree branches snapping.
Just ominous, the sounds of ominous tree branches just snapping. It's just a normal Tuesday night.
I tell my homunculus servant that if it hears a big cracking thunder, to go wake people up, and Orryn is going to take a peek.
Okay.
Because the thunder gauntlets, even if I miss, I assume they'll still make a sound. But
Give me an investigation as you stand on the edge of this ridge looking out as to what is essentially the tops of these trees. You're about 40 feet off of the ground below you, and there are trees basically right to the level where you're standing.
so I rolled a 4. But since we're in the middle of a long rest, I haven't taken a long rest, I'm going to use another thing of my Flash of Genius.
Okay.
Because I have so many. To give myself a 17 on that investigation check.
Okay. What'd you get the first time?
It was a 12 before the Flash
Okay.
of Genius. I rolled a 4. I have a +8, so.
Okay. You
So.
rolled a 4 and threw a feat and some other shit. You got a 17. Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. So Flash of Genius. Wait. So as you look out over the ridge, You see that a lot of the trees are covered in snow and ice because, you know, it's how it fucking goes here. And as you notice branches snapping, you know, you can just see them from above. They could possibly be breaking, just shattering under the weight of all of the snow and ice. You will see branches fall off and break, but not like the rustling of the tree canopy, like something big is moving through it.
Awesome.
Is it?
I hope so. Because right now Orryn doesn't think there's any monsters. You think snow. So I suppose Orryn could investigate just a little bit further, but I think he's pretty convinced it's the snow breaking then from all the ice.
All right, whatever's going to help you go back to sleep at night.
Yeah, so actually he will get back to strolling, because I think at this point he's convinced that the noises he was hearing was snow, so I think he would go back to strolling around the campsite instead of sitting right at it.
Okay. You're gonna make
responsible camp watcher.
You know, you're gonna do better at tending to the fire this time. You're invested in keeping it alive. So as you kind of make your little patrol out and around and back, this kind of just, you know, circuit route, you tend to the fire. You don't hear or see anything suspicious. The weather is still just terrible. Howling wind, blowing snow, very dark, cold as all hell. With the occasional blue flash in the clouds lighting up the sky off in the distance.
Awesome.
All right, awesome.
And so nothing else really happens during the awesome.
No. And
So-
yeah, go ahead.
Orryn will head back in after the end of the watch. He will wake up. Was Kelroth next or
Baldr's next.
Baldr? So he will go up to Baldr, and he will just hit the button on his armor to make it just like drop. Then he will just kind of like tap Baldr on the head, like, "Hey, it's your watch."
So I will come out of my meditation.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot that he's meditating. He won't tap on your head. He would feel like that's disrespectful. He will knock on the door. I forgot that you don't sleep.
Well, I appreciate that. So I come out of meditation, and I see that he's done with his watch. So I appreciate it, and then I'll just kind of like let him have the room.
Okay.
And I'll move towards the campfire, but Baldr will actually let it die.
Okay.
To see if anything will make its move on like a dying campfire.
Okay. Are you gonna actively put it out, or are you gonna
No. I'm just kind of like, yeah, just let it die.
Okay. Are you gonna make a little kind of circuit patrol, or are you just gonna sit? How are you gonna do your watch?
So I'm kind of gonna try to make myself as inconspicuous as possible.
Okay.
I'll come out on the porch and see the campfire, and I'll kind of make the active decision to, see that it's going and not feed it. And then I'll just kind of like walk off to the side and just kind of like, almost like Jaatuuli, just kind of like sit in the snow and let the snow kind of pile around me.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna let the fire die. Go ahead and give me, and what, you're immune to cold, right? Because you got boots or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's like -50 degrees, I'm good.
I don't know. That sounds like a I know it's a real thing, but it sounds like a number that's made up. All right, so give me your perception check for your watch as you sit there.
19.
Ooh, very nice. You definitely see off in the distance during the course of your watch, sometimes closer, sometimes further away, but relatively frequently, 20, 30 minutes or so, the same kind of blue flashing light in the clouds. Once you may even think you hear like a roar that accompanies it during one of the closer flashes of light.
Like a dragon's roar?
Give me a nature check while I do this.
Nature check. What's nature for me? Yeah, it's a 6, so I just hear like a growl off in the distance.
Maybe the wind howling weird through the rocks around. You don't know.
Yeah, I just hear some sounds.
Your watch is going to continue. The fire is slowly going to fade from lack of care and the heavy snowfall, plus the wind. In about 2 hours, it's going to be completely out. No coals, nothing smoldering, nothing. Not even probably like clouds or the kind of heat waves that come off of something when it's hot. And snow's going to begin to accumulate on it. Give me another perception check now that the fire has gone out.
Okay.
Let my fire die.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I suppose you want to make breakfast.
You two hear the snapping of trees down in the canyon below, off to the west. And off in the distance, you feel like a tremor in the ground. You're seated pretty still, you're a monk, you're kind of in touch with these sorts of things, but an actual physical like tremor kind of registers through your body. Sometimes it's kind of quick, other times not so much, but you can feel it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, the lights continue off in the distance. Some points getting relatively close. Almost where you may see like a shadow cast as the light shines through the dark clouds. And whatever it is, it's huge. Not in D&D terms, I mean like in casual parlance, it's big AF. And your watch kind of continues. Aside from the trees breaking, the occasional tremor on the ground, and the bright flashes of very familiar blue light coming through the clouds, your watch proceeds, other than that, relatively uneventful.
Okay.
All right. All right. It's going to be Kelroth's watch. How how you let the man know it's his turn.
So I will go. He slept in the the double room, right?
Garth, where you at?
Or was he in the single?
I guess I went into a single room by myself since I did
Okay.
the praying.
So I will kind of go back into the living room and then head towards the single, and just kind of give a light tap on the door, and I'll just I let the fire die to try and conceal us as best as possible, but there is definitely something in the distance. I don't know what it is, but there is something out there. I will stay up in the living room if you need anything.
Whose door did you knock on?
Kelroth.
Okay.
Okie dokies.
All right. Kelroth, you're gonna wake up to the same kind of condition everybody else is woken up to. Just a howling wind outside to the point where it's deafening in the house. Things are going to sound like they're hitting the side. Small little bits of debris, stones, probably a lot of snow and ice just being battered against the side of the house. And the snowfall has increased and the night seems somehow darker than when you went to sleep. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna keep my eye out.
Okay.
If nothing is paying attention to us, then I'll play it safe.
Okay. Where are you gonna go? You gonna stay inside? You gonna go outside?
I'm just gonna I don't know, stay on the porch,
Okay.
you know, somewhere that has a nice view of the open area.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Good.
Close to inside, and wrap myself in some warmness, you know.
Frozen and such. All right. As you kind of sit there, looking out into the distance with the dead fire, go ahead and give me your perception check for your watch, please.
Oh, nope, wrong. There it is. Hiya! Oh, you stupid. Okay, it's 18.
Okay. Off in the distance, you two will notice blue flashes of light in the clouds at night, and with the wind blowing, but you're very keenly perceptive. Yeah. What's your passive perception now?
18.
Okay. You are not distracted or invested in, kind of the odd little, probably just kind of passive things that are happening, the sounds that you'd hear, some of them falling branches from the trees to the west. Sometimes it's just a big piece of snow kind of breaking loose on a rocky embankment. And as you sit there, you start to feel this slow kind of tremor, and it seems to be getting closer and more intense.
Okay. Is it coming from a particular direction?
It seems to be coming from the east. So it's rocky kind of outcroppings, the very edge of the Lonely Wood kind of off in the distance to the east. But looking east, you do not get a very clear line of sight. Plus, it's dark, super dark.
Okay. Is the sound thumping and scary, or is it rhythmic?
It's
in sync?
it's definitely a steady kind of tremor. Give me investigation. How can you process this?
Nope.
Yeah, it seems steady, and it seems to be, yeah, intensifying as the kind of time goes by.
Okay, I'll just keep attention on it, and if it gets particularly noticeable or loud, or I can see with my 60 feet dark vision or something like that, if I see the tree shaking or something, I'll just keep my eye out for it, but I'm not gonna like jump up and freak out yet.
Okay.
I might position myself towards that to keep my attention in that direction.
So what, you're going to turn and face east?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you kind of focus on that direction and what seems to be going on over there, you sit there. The rumbling definitely seems to have intensified. And at this point, with whatever your nope was, you do know the sensation of what it's like to be near horses that are galloping. And it reminds you of that it is it's a gallop. It's a something or some things is definitely moving towards you that are very large. And as you kind of come to the analogy of horses galloping, you also notice that one, along with the persistent rhythmic rumbling that you feel, there is also a secondary kind of rhythm that's much bigger. It's not in sync, and it's a lot slower, it seems. You hear the sound of kind of quickly crunching snow, as if something's running towards you, even despite the wind and snow. And as the sound becomes so loud, from the darkness behind one of the outcroppings to the east, 3 large figures kind of come out of the darkness from behind the rocks. They seem to be in quite a hurry, and as you just barely make out, one of them is being carried, one of them seems kind of in front, and then the other one is carrying what looks to be an injured one. They point to the direction of the cabin, and the big one in front makes a good run. The other 2 doing the best they can. They seem so
problems over here. What the hell?
They turn to look back as they make their way up the porch. Kelroth, give me an athletics save, please.
Athletics, or you mean, athletics save?
Yes.
There's no athletics save. 20.
Wow. Okay.
That's my athletics check.
The 3 beings come barreling up, not paying attention or looking what's in front of them, and they bump into you. The porch isn't that wide. They haven't been looking.
Death.
And they kind of panic. Quick! We have to get inside. It's coming.
Well, whatever it is, you're bringing it here. I look out and see what's coming. What are the individuals that are running? Like, are they human, elves?
They are Goliaths.
Goliaths.
Obviously, they're
goddamn Goliaths.
They're very tall. These seem especially tinier of frame and physique than you would expect Goliaths to be. All of their furs and their armors, for what they're worth, seem oversized. Their heads seem disproportionately large on these kind of almost skeletal frames that happen to be wrapped in flesh and almost 8 feet tall.
I mean, I'm gonna rewind time. If I saw them running up to the house, I would, I don't know, make a loud enough noise. Like I'm intentionally gonna knock over the chair into the wall really loudly so that like everyone hears the noise inside.
Okay.
So and then they bump into me. So like I wouldn't just like stand there and do nothing when these guys are running. I'd be like, all right, something's happening. Make a big noise, and then they're Goliath barbarians, I'm gonna assume safely. So I'm gonna be like, well, get inside. But I'm more focused on watching if anything is coming from the direction that they came in.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll wait to see if I see anything.
All right, so you're gonna let them pass, and then you're gonna see.
I mean,
what's...
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay. So you let them pass after you bump into them in the narrow, or they bump into you on the narrow porch. Everybody inside will could have heard Kelroth throwing the chair against the wall and made it rattle. If not, the sounds of them in a kind of panicked speech, and they're large and they're walking on wood decks with heavy leather boots. Boom, 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 boom. One of them's dragging a leg, so there's a lot going on outside, and they just barge in through the door, and without regard to Kelroth still being outside, close it immediately behind them. Kelroth, what do you want to do?
Do I see anything?
Give me a perception check.
Ugh, 13. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
The separate rhythmic tremors have definitely gotten a lot closer, or more intense, which would let you believe that they've gotten closer, but not as like hurried. They seem a little more kind of deliberate. Dun dun dun, pause. Dun dun dun, pause. Dun dun dun, pause. But you don't see anything.
It sounds large.
Yeah. If the tremors correlate to footsteps, yeah, like Jurassic Park.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'll go it to where that outhouse is, right? It's like a little outhouse or storage room or something, right?
Outhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hide myself behind it from the east.
Okay.
So that, and just like wait so that there's no visibility. Like it looks like nobody's there, but I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
And listen and pay attention.
The footsteps continue in that kind of start-stop kind of pattern. Doom, 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 pause. Doom, 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 pause. So you'll stand, you'll wait for whatever it is that awaits you. Everybody inside, at this point, you've heard quite a racket. Kelroth, the chair against the wall, the stamping and dragging of feet, as well as 3 panicked Goliaths barging into the house and very quickly slamming the door behind them. What do you guys want to do?
Jaatuuli is up and kicks his door open and comes out with both axes. What are you doing in here? I'm sleeping.
Without turning to you, they look out the door and the kind of hole in the wall next to the door. We're running. If your friend outside hadn't let us in, we'd surely be dead.
You look dead already. You are skeletons. Miserable excuses for Goliaths.
The big one kind of freezes for a minute, hearing your voice, body kind of panics, and he stands up really straight and turns around. It's you. Came to our camp, kicked over our tents. We were starving, and you just went out there, came through. You killed our entire tribe. For what? For her? You talk this game that you're friends of the Redhead Barbarian. You were no such thing. You are wolves in sheep's clothing, pretending to help, but really doing her bidding.
We did nothing like that. We lied to do her little tests. They weren't supposed to be real. They were supposed to be a ruse on her.
Your lies killed my family.
Your mouth will get you killed as well.
I don't have much else to live for. And even if you're done killing me, what's out there will surely take care of you. And I will go to my grave and I will meet my ancestors. And we will celebrate at a feast of your defeat.
Does he have any weapons on him?
They don't.
I take both of my axes and I throw them back in the bedroom. Let's do this.
Baldr, Orryn, what are you guys are doing while a wrestling match breaks out in the living room?
Well, I'm just standing there because I was already in the living room. So, like, I'm just kind of like, this is all just going on, and I'm just kind of, I guess I'll just sit down and watch it.
Orryn feels pretty bad over everything.
I love that.
Because, you know, he set their tents on fire and stuff. Orryn's kind of on their side, I'm going to be honest. He kind of thinks that we did the bad thing.
We did do the bad thing.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
Well, I mean, I know we did, but, like...
confronted over it. It's insulting.
Yeah. We're going to be held accountable? This is bullshit, y'all.
Whoa. We can't just act without repercussions? No way. No way.
We did think it was an illusion. So, like, that absolves us of a little bit, but it's still, you know, Orryn still feels pretty guilty.
Same thing when you trip acid, bro. Just because you think it's an illusion doesn't make it an illusion.
An explanation is not an apology.
But the issue being, if it was an illusion, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So
Yeah. You can think it was an illusion all you want. It's very real.
Absolve us all right now.
All right, so Orryn feeling a little some type of way, guilty. Jaatuuli, you know, just ready to throw down. Baldr wishing he had some popcorn.
Basically, yeah.
Yo, y'all, this is gonna be wild. Can I move this table? I want you guys to break it. Kelroth outside. Give me a perception.
There's a kitty cat.
Give me a perception check. The shadow.
Cat?
Yeah.
24.
24.
Definitely see a kitty cat.
It is very clearly an orange tabby. Female.
Oh. Wow, I can tell it from that distance. Wow.
Dude, a 24 gets you a lot. As you hear this kind of commotion inside above the blowing snow, the rhythmic tremorings of starting and stopping have gotten the most intense they've been, and a shadow starts to peek out from behind the rock croppings. Just these heavy footsteps, crunching snow, shaking the ground, and you can even hear the crunching of the snow over these howling winds. And out from behind one of the rocky outcroppings sprouts a giant female frost giant. Uglier than any frost giant you've ever seen. And with your 24, even at this distance, you notice something slightly odd about this frost giant. And that is that it has two heads.
Oh, yeah.
It comes out. It looks from side to side like you would if you were pursuing something. It looks down in the snow, looks up, sees the house, and with a path and with a clear resolve, sets out towards the house.
Oh, all right. This is casual fun times. How tall is it?
They're 16 feet tall.
16 feet. 16 feet. Okay. And how far away is it?
It's about
When I first see it, like as
when
I see it coming over the ridge or whatever.
when it takes shape into what you can clearly see with your awesome 24. It's probably about 150 feet away, and when it does kind of come out from the rock outcropping, it does pause for a minute to kind of gather itself and look down for the tracks of what it's pursuing, kind of follow them, and eventually kind of pinpoint the house or the cabin.
Okay. Yeah. How far away is it?
It's about 150 feet.
150 feet. And okay. Wait, what's this? Okay. I have a meta question.
Okay.
If I cast a spell that requires concentration, and then I cast another spell that requires concentration, but it fails, like the person resists it or whatever, do I still lose concentration on the first spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't read the rules enough to know. So good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, how it works is like you tried to concentrate on the other one.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what
yeah,
No,
happens is
it makes sense.
You
I just
lost
didn't know what the
concentration
rules
on the
were.
first one and
Yeah, yeah.
didn't quite gain concentration on the second one.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
it's
just
all
kind of like
good, it's
caught
all
in
good.
concentration limbo.
Yeah. Okay. And so I keep an eye on it, and then clearly it's marching towards the house, right?
Yes.
This is gonna move pretty quickly because it's big. I'm going to use. Oh, by the way, this is something that we didn't know, or that I only noticed beforehand. I don't know if this matters because I don't know how much of this is part of the campaign, but my item, the Wheel of Stars,
Uh-huh.
it says while this component is not installed in the Orrery of the Wanderer, its magic might function sporadically or with unpredictable side effects as determined by the DM.
Okay.
Is that true? If it is, I haven't used it that many times, but I have used it a couple of times.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm just bringing it to your attention because I'm going to use it. I have two choices. I'm just gonna try something. So I'm gonna cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
With the intention, so it makes my movement speed 60, and I can fly. Its concentration lasts up to 10 minutes, so I have plenty of time. And I'm going to fly out in a distance that is like high enough and far enough away that like she can't hit me, but in her general vicinity so that she sees me. So that like it's pretty obvious that I'm flying out in front of her. And I'm just gonna say, oh God, why would I do that? I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna say, halt! What is your business here? This is my domain. I'm trying to intimidate a giant.
It stops. Not too bright. Kind of looks at you
Sure, yeah.
quizzically. the two heads seem to
So it's 16 feet up. And
yes.
its reach is probably like another 5 or 10 feet. So I'm gonna be like 25
Okay.
feet in the air
I was
or
saying,
so.
I was like, I'm guessing its reach is
but
probably
I'm
7
also
or
not
8.
like, yeah, I'm not like right in front of it. Like I'm gonna put like at least 30 feet or so between me and it. So I'm like 30 feet. So house, 30 feet me, and then 30 feet them as they were coming towards the house. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna fly up. It's gonna obviously stop from what it's doing. Doesn't see many half elves flying in front of it. It's gonna go from this kind of enraged, primal kind of demeanor of chasing what you would imagine to be the Reghead Goliaths at this point. And as it sees you flying, its whole posture and everything is going to kind of relax a little bit, and it's going to look at you kind of quizzingly. The heads are going to confer a little bit between themselves, and it's going to continue towards the house. And as it does, it's going to make a very clear point of taking giving you like a wide berth, to not basically get into your space, but still.
I'm going to
and the whole
with her in order to, if she seems to be attempting to give me wide berth, I'm going to use that and like a fighter would in a boxing ring, like pace her to keep myself between her and the building. So if she's not willing to confront me, then I'm going to use that to my advantage.
It's
at least for now.
Okay. It's going to do its best to be very mindful and at no point kind of show any temperament or anything. It's just it's showing you deference at least that.
Okay.
It's giving you a wide berth. It is seeming to do a very good job of kind of controlling its emotions and not just fucking screaming at you. And
Okay.
as it seems clear that you're trying to impede its path, it starts to kind of bob and weave. And
Okay, I'm gonna call out again. I'm gonna say, this domain is mine. If you do not leave, you will be punished.
It's gonna look at you again. It's going to look up.
I get eaten by a dragon.
And it gives like a distressed cry, not like frustrated, not boisterous and intimidating, but like it's frustrated that it just wants you to get the fuck out of its way.
Do I get a sense, inciting?
Okay.
Do I get a sense that it has the intelligence to communicate but isn't, or that like it has at least some degree of sentience but maybe isn't smart enough to speak?
Go ahead and give me insight.
27.
It's forming absolutely coherent sentences.
Okay.
They're just in another language, and it might not understand common.
Oh shit. Well, that's fantastic because I don't have tongues. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. Do I get a sense of what language it's speaking? I'm sure I know what language it's speaking, but I don't think I know it.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to assume that it'd be giant.
Okay. Well, that sucks dick. Or giant vagina. in this particular scenario.
Whichever one is offensive to you, that's what it sucks.
Yeah. That's the one that sucks. Shoot. Okay. Okay, I mean, I'm kind of paying attention to see if my companions are going to join me. So I don't know what's going on in there. So if it's delayed for the moment, if it makes an aggressive action towards me or the house that isn't like something that I'm stopping with my presence, I will do something different.
Okay. All right. As you kind of stand there, Jaatuuli ready to throw down in the living room. This will be a good time for us to take our break. Probably give the party off camera a little chance to figure out what they're going to do here. It is currently 8:38. We'll try to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you to everybody who stopped in and watched us tonight. Really hope you'll stick around. As always, thank you to my amazing players for just being great. 8:38, we'll try to be back in a little less than 10 minutes, and we'll see you on the other side. Hopefully you join us back when we come back, and we'll see you.
Be right back.
Boom. All right. We are back from our little break, having discussed another kind of RPG we're going to play later. So the party, Jaatuuli, Orryn, Baldr, inside, busted in with regheads, talking some noise. Jaatuuli not having it. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, so Jaatuuli, what do you want to do?
What do they do? I just threw down the challenge.
The big one is kind of size. You're familiar with the Reghead. You're from here, and not just in your lifetime, but in the last, since you've come across this adventuring party, you've seen them more than a few times. They're physically imposing. They're huge, and these, while still maintaining the height, you can tell these are shells of Goliaths. And as a result, and very aware of his frailty, he kind of stands and straightens up in his weakened best attempt to kind of show that imposing stature. But he seems hesitant. Just, the man looks tired. He's out on his feet. They've been running for their fucking lives. And they think they found a cool place to hang out, or at least somewhere to rest. And, there's a lizard man, yelling at him.
They woke me up. And then salted my face.
That is on them.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
They caught this ass whooping.
Walked right into it.
Uh-huh. I'll jump him. I'll just give him a Goldberg spear and take him right to the ground.
Okay. As I'm sure you're going to do it with great form. Who had the better spear, Rhino or Goldberg? Who's the best spear ever?
I would say Rhino, actually.
Best ever?
I'll do a gore over a spear.
Okay. So in your best Rhino stance, I imagine you're going to kind of hunch back, get low before you explode forward. Yeah? Even probably a little bit of this. And just as you're about to spring forward, a huge crash shakes the entire house from the east side. Kelroth,
I'm sorry, I'm looking at gifs of wrestlers getting the Goldberg spear. So satisfying. It's so satisfying.
Are they in slow motion?
No, not even. It's just you just
over
it's
and
so
over.
satisfying, the motion. It's you probably unless you were uber confident, you'd probably never do that in real combat, but God, does it look good when it's on the camera.
It's just a double
so
leg
good.
takedown.
Yeah.
You're just throwing your weight into somebody.
Yeah, and you're supposed to lift up because it's a double leg takedown.
I'm confident that you're not going to be able to stop me from doing this to you, so I'm going to destroy you in one hit.
Oh, that would knock the wind out of
Oh,
you.
yeah. If you got hit by it, you're done. Oh, man. Right in the chest and in, the stomach area.
Right in the sternum, bro.
Oh, God. It's good. It's satisfying.
Diaphragm.
Sorry, I just got distracted.
It's fine. So, just as you're about to spring forward and just lay the Rhino gore down, that'll make Paul Heyman just pop. A large crash comes through the east part of the house. You hear wood and the panels of the cabin just smash into the large room where you were just sleeping. Kelroth's going to have seen the giant step back completely over his impeding its progress, and off of its belt it's going to grab what now appears to be the severed head of another frost giant, and it is just going to angrily chuck it through the east wall into the house, smashing like a cannonball sized hole
Okay.
into the side of the house.
Okay, I said I would do something if it made an aggressive gesture. So it can do that because it's not a reaction.
Okay.
I don't have like a reaction ability. But if it does that, I'm going to take a huge risk. I am going to cast Banishments on the giant.
Okay.
It needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Well, it's super pretty, so.
I assume that the giant's charisma saving throw isn't great, so that's why I'm hoping this works. But it's very banishment is very temporary. If this works, we have to run or fight the giant, one or the other.
It is not proficient in charisma saving throws.
I didn't think so. Good.
All right, so it's gonna roll a 6.
Yes.
Well, hold on now.
Okay.
It's got 2 heads. So
Shush.
that's 2 brains.
No, it's one being. It's one body. It's target
I'm trying to see if that's a
thing. It's one thing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
matter
Yeah, it doesn't.
sentient instances. Okay, so
All right.
if the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demiplane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left or the nearest unoccupied space if that space somehow becomes occupied. If the target, I doubt this is applicable, but if the target is native to a different plane than the one it's on, it gets returned to that plane of existence.
Okay.
So if it was like a fire elemental, it would return to the fire plane. As soon as it succeeds, I fall 30 feet because fly is a concentration and this is a concentration, so I need to fall 30 feet to the ground.
Give me a dex save just to make sure you kind of like don't.
Oh, dex save.
Turn
Okay.
an ankle or something.
Oh, 16.
You come down.
By the way, that's like almost the highest I can roll.
You're wearing heavy armor, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're wearing heavy armor, so you do kind of plummet to the earth like a stone. 30 feet is a fall. Like that's a good one.
I'm
buddy.
not gonna land
That's
good,
3 stories.
but I have a
Yeah.
decent strength and a pretty high constitution. My constitution's 19. Strength is 16, so I'm just there. I'm just gonna try and suck it up.
Okay. What'd
I
you
know if I'm taking damage, I will need to make a concentration to save the spell.
Okay. You're
Roll
going.
concentration.
I'm gonna say you're going to. So do you want the damage first? Or do you want to see if you save?
Yeah,
the
whatever the
concentration?
damage is.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too much
It's
because it
not.
was only 30 feet. Yeah. It's
yeah.
when you
D6.
take damage,
It's
you have to make
D6 per
another
5 foot
check,
fallen or
right?
something like that. So it should only be like 15 damage or something like that. We'll see.
8, 14, 16. It's gonna be 20, so it's not too bad. You're gonna take 20 points of damage as you do come crashing into the slick snow. Take a little fall onto your side. Go ahead and give me your con check to see if you can hold on to concentration.
Oh, of course. No, I didn't.
What'd you get?
Even with my +7.
Would you get
I
2?
rolled a 3. No, I rolled a 3, so I got 10. So that is not enough. So it instantly pops back.
It gives an angry.
I only need to roll like a 10.
It gets
So I
an
have a
angry
50% chance.
It gets an angry. Gives out like an angry scream, roar,
So it would have like disappeared and then come back.
and the only time it was
And
gone
now
is
I'm-
however
and now
long
I'm
it
standing
takes
on
you
the
to
ground.
fall. However long
Yeah.
it took you to fall 30 feet like a fucking stone. So
Like 6 seconds.
Baldr, Orryn, and Jaatuuli, inside, you're going to have gone from a crash through the wall, wood flying not into the room you're in, but you can hear it hit against the common wall. A roar, like nothing else, the wind and everything from outside, and then a couple of moments later, a roar again. The Reghead are going to kind of turn towards the east side of the house. It's out there. And it's going to kill us all.
Orryn will say, well, I have a nickname, the Giant Slayer, because I punch him in the shin real hard.
Oh. Baldr was gonna get up, but having heard the Giant Slayer pipe up, I'm just gonna kind of like put my arm up a little bit and just kind of, oh no, go right ahead. Go.
So here's the thing though, I could be the Giant Slayer or Giant's Bane, whichever one fits me better. That's what I am.
We'll vote on a nickname later.
At post-mortem. Vote on nickname.
So basically, all we know is that they're just like a head came through a wall.
You don't know what came through a wall. You know something came through the wall.
Okay. So
and there's been a lot of crashing sounds because the giant's making big, huge footsteps.
Yeah.
Like
so you felt the kind of Jurassic Park tremor of the footsteps, heard the roar, and heard, the crash and the destruction of the outer wall as something came flying through it.
Okay.
The Reghead no longer interested in, their deal with Jaatuuli, whatever it may be. They all seem just terrified. These still giant, noble, proud barbarians just reduced to absolute hysteria. They're tired. They're exhausted. They're hungry. They've been running from this thing, and no matter what they do, it is still outside, and it is still behind them.
Wow. I will dismiss these giants and call them pathetic and run back into and go grab my axes. And did Orryn say he was going to meet the giant? Or
the Giant Slayer stood up and
I got this,
he
y'all.
was the Giant Slayer. So
I got this.
I was gonna see where things went before I did anything.
Orryn's ready to go.
Baldr made some popcorn. He's gonna enjoy it.
I grabbed my axes out of the hallway and then make a line for the hole in the wall.
Okay.
Whether it was Jaatuuli and a Reghead or now Orryn and something else, Baldr's gonna watch somebody fight.
It's like Hell in a Cell from up here. So,
Situation figured out.
as you make your way into Orryn, where are you going to go? You going to go out the front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Orryn will do it.
Orryn's going to make his way out the front
You gotta do the
door.
badass thing and you gotta go out the hole in the wall.
Yeah,
Jaatuuli-
Orryn will just jump 2 feet into the wall, not able to get through the window. He's like, I'll just go through the door.
It's that Ralph Wiggum meme, throwing yourself through the window.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way into the bedroom. Everything in there is just complete disarray. There's boards shattered everywhere. The wind and the snow is blowing inside. The bed is completely smashed. And in the middle, a lot like Jaatuli's snowball from a couple of weeks back, there's this clear trail as it's come crashing in through the house of just smashed things everywhere. And in the middle of this room, sitting on the now smashed bed, is the head of a frost giant. Outside, through the new hole, the new window, bay window, in the side of the house, you see this 2-headed frost giant. Just angry and frustrated, out probably about 100 feet away from the house at this point. It managed to kind of bob and weave its way to about 50 feet closer while trying to steer clear of Kelroth.
This reminds me, did we get the effects of the long rest, or is that interrupted? Long rest. It's
Baldr's
interrupted.
wasn't. He got a long rest.
Yeah, no, you guys are good.
Oh, we're good. So it
Yeah.
is a. We do have a long.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
was like,
Basically happened at the end.
yeah, because I was like, man, I could just kill you all right now. But I won't. I'll be
I mean, you can do that at any time. What are you talking
I know,
about?
but this time it wouldn't look like obvious. It'd be like you guys haven't rested in like, as far as we go, like a month and a half. So yeah, you guys do have your full rest, and through the hole, you see just out the east. Kelroth's going to be a little bit on the south side of the building, not able to be seen through the hole. Also laying in the snow in pain.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I misunderstood. That was the first time. Okay. The DC for concentration is equal to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. So I took 20 damage, so it's 10.
Yes.
What did I roll?
10.
Does that mean I succeed
Yes.
or fail?
Succeed. If it's like AC or anything else, and that's the whole reason
The
why.
DC, the difficulty check. So you need to roll a 10 or higher, right?
Yes.
Oh, so then
Yeah.
then I managed to keep concentration just
Okay.
barely. I rolled. Okay, this is crazy because I just took the resilience feat to take proficiency in con saves. So I got +3 to my con save. So I literally, just because I reached level 8 and took that feat, managed to do it with my roll of 3.
Okay. So you guys are going to come through the door. Yeah, it through the head before you banished it.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
reacted to its throwing the head.
So it
the head went
crashed.
through
So
the
there's
building.
still going to be a hole in the wall, a giant's head on the floor, but you're not going to see anything through the hole in the wall.
I'm just gonna call out and I'm gonna say, we've got a frost giant. We have less than a minute or it's coming back. Better make a decision quick. I'm just shouting out loud to whoever can hear me.
Jaatuuli and Orryn, give me a perception check to see if you can hear Kelroth screaming outside.
15.
Okay.
23.
All right, Jaatuuli, you definitely hear clearly Kelroth's instructions about only having a minute left and needing to make a decision quickly. Orryn, you hear a voice, but between the wind and everything else, you can't make out exactly what was said. I'll even let you know that it's Kelroth's voice.
Okay, in this minute time, like in these seconds, like I've cast the spell, I've landed, I took the damage, I barely managed to hold on to concentration on my spell. I shout out, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 1 on myself, since I just took a shitload of damage.
Okay.
Well, not a shitload, but I took a reasonable amount of damage. Hiya! Yes! I heal 15 points of damage. And I'm waiting for somebody to respond. So that's like 10 seconds. So we're 50 seconds.
I'm going to give you guys something I've been wanting to use for a while. So we're going to bust out the hourglass. Hopefully it shows up on camera for you guys to see. But you guys are going to need to make a decision. It is a literal 2-minute timer. I've timed this.
Okay, so.
Let's see if you can.
Okay, so I'm shouting out. I'm like, hey, we can either fight this thing. It's going to reappear right there. And I point to the footprints. I assume Jaatuuli has come over because he heard me. Or we need to run now.
Oh.
Orryn is ready to fight. He wants to claim the life of another giant.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I point to. I'm like, there. Let's set it up. Like, let's get ready. It's gonna, and you'll be able to clearly see her because the footprints will just stop, obviously, since it just disappeared. So that area is, if you guys get into melee, then you can hold it in melee, and we can be ready to we can all hold an action to attack it all at the same time.
Orryn will run out there, dash, to get to that spot to hold his action.
I'm also gonna, if we're gonna fight it, I'm also going to get into melee, and I am going to, just before it's gonna reappear, I'm gonna hold the action to cast the spell Bestow Curse. So as soon as it appears, I'm gonna cast Bestow Curse on it, which is a touch spell.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So what? You guys are gonna make your way outside, or
Yeah, I dive right through the open hole from the giant head.
okay? Orryn,
Head
how
first.
are you gonna get down? The house is on stilts. Ralph Wiggum.
Jump.
Yeah, Orryn will just jump.
Okay.
It's only like 10 feet at most.
10 feet. Baldr, what are you gonna do?
Oh, well, Baldr wanted to watch him fight, but I guess he'll slowly get up.
Giant help!
Kind of like,
Please!
Orryn's like sprinting as fast as he can, and Baldr's just taking the leisure stroll and
yeah,
still
Baldr
going
was
as faster.
trying to take a
can,
day
like,
off today, so
he can
you know.
walk double your run speed, like.
Yeah, no, I don't even have to try to pass him. Like,
I think if I do a dash, I get 50 feet, and you have 45 feet just walking.
I have 45 feet of regular movement without even using
yeah,
a bonus
without
action
dash.
or anything.
I got big
Okay, are we all
strides.
ready? We're ready? Holding air attacks. We're gonna like beat the shit out of this thing as it reappears.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the best part of banishment.
Setting up
Baldr
so
was
you
trying
ready?
to take a day off, just so I just let you guys know you owe me a day off. Like as I'm like crawling out the hole, I'm just
Okay, I got my Bestow Curse ready. Because
Okay.
I'll lose concentration on that spell and then I can cast Bestow Curse, which is another concentration spell.
All right. The giant reappears, somewhat confused and slightly disoriented. Turns, looks around, sees who's still about, and gives out a mighty, angry giant roar. And everybody roll for initiative, please.
Woohoo! Hiya!
Man. Giant.
Well, that's predictable.
Not dexterous.
Not dexterous.
The giant?
Don't make me laugh.
Oh, true. I'm gonna go ahead.
Do we get like a surprise attack on it as it reappears and we all get on it?
I'm gonna go ahead and assume initiative's gonna go Baldr, Jaatuuli, Orryn, Giant, Kelroth. Baldr, what'd you get? Nope. Okay.
He's shaking his head. There's some no's today.
it's a 10 for
Ooh.
Baldr.
Wow. Okay.
Told you, Baldr
The
wanted to watch
lowest
a fight.
feat. Yeah, that's like
Baldr
the
wanted to
lowest
watch a
he can
fight. All
roll.
right.
Jaatuuli,
18.
18. Orryn,
Jaatuuli's
Also
always
an
ready to bite.
18.
Okay.
Jaatuuli
Holy
can go
shit.
first,
Yeah.
though.
Wow.
and then Kelroth.
Yeah.
Orryn is ready. Oh, I got a 0.
Nice. Nice.
I either roll great or shit. There's no middle ground for me. I don't like. I roll 18s or 3s. That's what I roll.
That's funny because I know you do the D&D Beyond as well. I'm almost always rolling like 8s to 12s. Like I consistently
You
roll
get
like
the average roll all the time.
yeah.
Alrighty. So
The
this,
heals are always good.
this giant appears exactly where the foot, exactly in its footprints. For a brief second, it seems disoriented. You being the heroes of 10 towns, haven't used that in a couple weeks, and
yeah.
the well-oiled fighting machine and pacifist machine that you are, the second it appears, exactly when Kelroth told you it would, everybody unleashes their fury in what we will give as a surprise round. So Jaatuuli, first up.
Yeah. I'll run up and start raging, of course, mid-run,
Okay.
and put some chops on there.
All right.
So, chop number 1. That is a 19.
Yes.
All right. Heals. You gotta look it up. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, good.
So that's 7. So 14 damage from the first chop.
Okay.
Second chop is... It is a 20 to hit.
Okay.
It's another 14 damage.
All right.
And then the bonus action chop is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
And is 12 damage.
Okay. So yeah, while it's disoriented, you manage to get your rage on and just wail on this thing. Even at your size, you're still hitting it just for, in essence, just above the knee. In this, it's a fucking giant thigh. It's huge. It's toned.
Oh, this is a joke giant.
And you just, that managed to just chomp at the meat to the point where, like, you can see a bruise forming instantly. You've hit it so hard.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is that it?
Yep.
I gotta
Trying
come
to redefine what thick is.
Giant thick, dummy thick. Orryn.
Couldn't she be a
Orryn-
storm giant? Couldn't we all just get along?
No,
Orryn will
because storm
attack
giants
with
have
his-
Valin's accent, so no.
with a thunder gauntlet.
Great.
Okay.
And that is a 24 to hit
Yes.
Wow.
Oops.
with 11 thunder damage. Right to the shin bone.
Okay.
You even reach her shin?
I don't know, that's a good question.
Just above the ankle.
Maybe
Well,
I just
I guess
go
you could
down
reach
on the
her
big
shin. Yeah, you slam on the big toe.
Okay.
I'm like, I guess you could reach her shin. I was thinking more than knee. I'm like, I don't know if you can reach the knee.
Nah, that's up
Yeah.
there.
Her knee is like, she's like 16 feet, so her knee is probably like
5-6 feet.
5-6 feet off the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to like jump. I'll stub her
Not
big
quite.
toe real good
Four
though.
or 5 feet.
Smash on her.
Yeah. Either way,
All right.
you'd have to jump. Uppercut.
All right, Orryn. Nice little thunder gauntlet. What else you got?
Oh, that's it, because that's a held action, right? So I
Yes.
can't use my extra
Sorry.
attack.
Sorry. No, it's more of a surprise round than anything. So it's,
Awesome.
yeah, so it's like a full round of combat. The giant just won't go.
In that case, I pulled a Kelroth where my dice looks like it's an 18, but it says it's 5 on D&D Beyond. So 13 to hit.
No,
D&D Beyond.
not gonna
Fix
get it
it.
done.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear, like, it looked like it was 18. And then I looked
Right?
down and it showed 5.
Right?
I was
Your
like,
digital
you
dice, stop being
slutty
cocked. Just
buns.
fucking fall and tell me what the number is. Stop trying to fancy up your RNG.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just like have an uncock button feature. Like if the
Don't
if it's
program in the
cocked,
cock
don't-
dice. That's it. That's
yeah,
simple.
ridiculous. Or like make it so that dice can't you stupid.
Just
stupid.
program it in there. All right.
Because if it lands on a number, then you go, okay, it landed on that number. That's what it is. But if it's cocked and then it says a number, you just feel cheated.
Yeah.
From an RNG. All right. It would be the Orryn. Is that it for you?
yes.
Okay. It would be the giant's turn. It is still disoriented and has no idea what the hell just happened to it. Baldr, it is now your turn.
I will make my 2 attacks.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a 20.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like 25 to hit. And then the second one,
You can kind of barely see its second head.
Yeah.
4 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So, first one takes 8 regular and 3 psychic.
Psychic damage.
Eight
Uh-huh.
regular, 3 psychic.
Yep.
Punching them in the matrix.
And
Okay.
then takes the second is 11
Okay.
damage. And then I'm gonna spend a key point and 2 more attacks. Well, I turn that into a 15.
Not going to get it done.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Got armor
No.
class.
Yeah. Hold on. I just dropped my die. Crap. Crap.
Real dice allowed to be cocked.
Yeah, right? Oh, gotta grab another one. Hold on. And then, let's see. 22 to hit.
Yes.
All right. And that's 10 points of damage.
Okay. All right. What, you just go up, punch and kick it like a heavy bag? Chop it in the thigh?
Basically.
All right. Giant Baldr. All right, Kelroth, it is your turn.
Yes, I'm going to attempt to do this.
Okay.
I'm going to bestow a curse upon it. I have
Alright.
to choose what kind of curse I'm going to give it. And I think I'm going to take... I assume that it is proficient in strength and con saves or something like that, so I'm going to go with this. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is
Or
proficient
become-
in wisdom saving throws, but not by nearly as much as strength
Sure,
and
sure.
con.
Anyways, that's fine. Either way, it is a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
for the curse to take effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a 17.
Oh, well, frack. Nothing happens then.
Oh, okay.
I won't even tell you the other parts of the spell.
Damn it. I
I'll
was
just
kind of...
cross my arms.
I was...
and be mad.
Oh, that's the spell that I did for the that worm as Morlock.
Yeah, no, we're not... We don't need to talk about that. Yeah. No. That was a level 15 adventure where I just like, all right, what do you guys want to just destroy next? All right.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm upset. I want to know the curse.
I still have a bonus action. I'm like, how much? I don't know how dangerous this is. I assume this thing's going to be ridiculously dangerous. Oh, nope. Okay. That's all I'm going to do for now.
All right.
I just need to mark that off. Click.
All right. We are through initiative order, and as Kelroth's spell fails, apparently, or the giant is too equipped to fall for it, you put a pretty good hurting on the giant in your first round, and the visible damage, especially the large bruise on the thigh from where Jaatuuli chopped at it, it's gotten smaller. The cuts from the axes have stopped bleeding as much as they were. And the kind of uneven stance after Baldr's and Orryn's attack to the feet seemed to no longer kind of be as much of an issue. Yep. Okay. Back to the top. Jaatuuli.
All right. Go ahead and chop again.
Okay.
Undetoured, Jaatuuli powers on. So that's a 22 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 14 damage.
Okay.
And that is a 15. So that's probably a miss.
That's not going to get it done.
All right. And then the bonus attack is a 24.
Yes.
And that is 12 damage.
Okay. All right, so you're going to wail away at this thing, returning it past the state that it was previously, with some more significant axe chops. We will now go to Orryn.
Orryn is going to follow up the chops with some booms.
Okay.
And this time they will both hit. Have a good feeling. 27 on the first one.
Okay. Is this Thunder Gauntlet time?
Yeah, I rolled a 10 on that one. So only one hit, but that is still 10 thunder damage.
Okay.
All the disadvantaged goodies.
10 all day.
Yes.
All right.
Orryn is the real damage dealer of this group. 10
Okay.
damage.
This
I pale.
this giant, somewhat annoyed by this little, essentially gnat from its perspective, continuously punching it in the toe, it feels absolutely compelled to swing at Orryn with its great axe. It's going to be a 28 to hit.
That technically hits.
What the hell does that mean?
That means I'm surprised that has such a big 2-hit modifier, because a 28, not a critical hit, it's still a 28. It's a pretty big hit.
Plus 11.
Welcome to
Plus 11.
Monsters.
Okay.
All right, you are going to take 11.
11,000 damage.
You're going to take 27 slashing damage as it just comes down on you with its giant great axe. Satisfied at its work, it is going to take another chop. This one's going to be better. This is going to be a 23.
Yeah, that still hits.
We still at 22?
Yep, still at 22 for one more level.
6.
Or 2 more levels. Level 10.
17.
Get another point of AC.
This time you're going to take 24 slashing damage. As it
I'll use my reaction to absorb that.
Okay.
So there'll just be like a weird gonging sound as like the axe hits him, but doesn't pass through him, or like it just stops when it hits him, and I absorb all the damage.
And that's from a magical item, yes?
Correct.
Okay.
That's my reaction that I can use with the shield I have.
All right. So Kelroth's going to kind of scream out in pain. Orryn, you're going to think you're about
24,
to be...
right?
Yes.
Cool.
17 plus 7, 24. And Orryn's going to freeze, like just expecting this to be the end that doesn't come. You're going to hear Kelroth kind of scream off in the distance. At the same time, you expect it to be smashed. Simultaneously, he makes a cry in pain.
Why do I do this to myself? Ah!
All right, Baldr, your turn.
I'm a hero. Wow.
Right. Take my turn. 25 to hit.
Yep.
And even more than that. So
That's all you
9 regular, 4 psychic, plus another 10 regular, so 19 regular, 4 psychic.
Okay.
And then on my unarmed attack, my extra one, I am going to miss with a 9.
Yes, not going to get it done. All right, so just smashing at that shin bone like a heavy bag. Just continuing to chop it down. Some significant damage. And what was the odd one? Psychic?
Yes.
I
can change my
Yeah.
damage that I do on first hit, so I changed it to psychic damage. I'm getting in her mind now.
And even that everybody is so much smaller compared to her, you see her clutch her head in agony at your blows.
Her head.
Baldr, that's it for you. That's a lot of swinging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kelroth taking a big shot in the stead of Orryn. Big shot. And you just watched Kelroth kind of wail, or Baldr wail at her leg, yet still clutch at her head in pain.
Let me look at my listy do. What's that do? Nope, not that one. I don't want that one. What's this one do? Nope. So many magics. I'm not concentrating on anything, so I'm going to cast Bless. And I'm going to target Jaatuuli, Baldr, and Orryn.
Okay.
You can roll an additional d4 on all of your attack rolls or saving throws.
Whoa.
I cast that, and I'm going to position myself in a defensive position, still in melee range with the thing, but like getting close to my allies so that I can defend them if I need to.
Okay.
And that is that.
All right. As you cast the spell, asking your as yet mysterious deity for
Mystery.
for her blessing, yeah, or its blessing. Fuck.
Their blessing, whoever,
Their blessing,
whatever.
Sure. Everybody's gonna feel this kind
It's
of
like, give it to me.
confidence and resolve that you just believe you are going to do better your next round. And as the party feels this blessing and this warmth and, of course, the big hug, the giant snaps its attention to Kelroth in this perplexed glare, almost
I got consent.
dropping its axe from this kind of fighting posture down to almost slack-jawed as your deity's blessing spreads over the party.
You said it was a frost giant, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that is Kelroth's turn. Jaatuuli, back up to you. Blessed.
Blessed. That's right. Chop number 1.
Okay.
And a D4. Where do I have a D4? Okay. So that is a 23 to hit
Okay.
from the first one.
Yep.
Ooh, minimum damage. So 8 damage from the first chop.
Okay.
19 to hit on the second chop.
All right. Yep.
Max damage. 16 damage.
Okay.
And then the bonus chop. Crit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so crit is max damage, right?
Max damage and
And
then roll everything again.
So 22 damage from
Woo.
that chop.
Very nice. So yeah, you're just gonna just wail at this thing while it kind of stands there, just slack-jawed at what Kelroth's going on. It's unaware. You're just gonna get these vicious axe strikes in to its leg. And even though it's very obvious that you're doing this damage, you can see it rendered in the flesh and the bruises that you produce. The frost giant has not broken its glare at Kelroth the whole time you're like wailing on it.
I'm not even noticing. I'm just like,
Ah! All right, so nobody's paying attention to anything. All right, Orryn.
Oh,
Good show.
Orryn is going to attack it both times. I was debating on whether to use a defensive spell. I think I'm just going to attack it both times.
There you go.
Yeah, give me at
Especially
least,
with Bless.
me.
Yeah.
At least one Thunder Gauntlet for your boy. Jaatuuli.
Best defense,
Does
good
18 hit?
offense.
18 hits, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And the next one. Does 16 hit?
It does not.
Alright, I'm going to roll that d4. And that makes me hit because that pushes it to 9. Awesome.
Okay.
So both will hit then. So 7 thunder for the first.
Okay.
And 8 thunder for the second. So 15 total thunder damage.
11 for the second.
Sorry, 8 for the second. So 15 total between the two strikes.
I got you.
15
Okay, hold
total.
on. Okay, hold on. All the math. All right, you're good.
Sorry.
All right. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
As soon as Orryn collects the 6 gems, he will be set. Orryn will activate his defensive shield though to get some temporary HP using his bonus action.
Okay.
And that is it for him.
All right. So he did get the Thunder Gauntlet treatment. So still, it stands motionless, just in awe or in amazement of Kelroth. The giant, after taking some slashes and 2 Thunder Gauntlets to the toe, is going to kind of shake it off and give out this just bestial roar that Jaatuuli would recognize as a barbarian raging.
Oh, fuck.
And it is going to bring the axe down
No,
on Orryn.
no. A little buddy.
20,
the poor little guy.
22 to hit.
Yep, that just meets my armor class.
Okay.
Oh, my friend. Wonder what your new guy's gonna look like.
He's gonna be a rock gnome artificer.
He's gonna be a blood splatter, just like this one.
You're going to take 30 slashing damage as it brings down just this horrendous axe chop.
God damn it, that's brutal.
It
How
is
much
Yes, it
damage
is.
was it?
30.
30.
I just wonder-
Orryn is at 31 hit points, if anyone cares. Out of the
31?
81. Yeah. 31 out of the 81.
It's going to take...
Because you took the one hit.
I took one, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be at 6 otherwise. It's going to take another... you're going to get lucky because it's going to be so just amped up that a 13 is not going to get it done.
Awesome. See, that's the thing. It only has a 50% chance to hit. But it just got lucky hitting me 3 times in a row.
So it's just going to bring, like, crashing down, and after it is angered and slashes at you twice, its demeanor is once again going to change, and its focus once again returns to Kelroth. Baldr, it is your turn. Once again, slack-jawed. Yeah.
Feeling-
Father.
I'm feeling
Take him down.
violated.
All right.
Just
I'm
because
gonna
I
make
dressed
my
up
way
like
over.
this doesn't mean you can look at me, okay?
Make my way over and attack.
Okay.
17 plus, so that'll hit,
Yep.
and a 19 plus, so that'll hit.
Yes.
All right. First. 13 regular
Okay.
and 3 psychic.
All your all your damage is magical, yes?
Yes, all
Okay.
my regular attacks are
Okay.
magical. Yes.
Okay,
Sir.
so, alright, once again, sorry. 13?
So are mine, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
13 plus 3 plus another 11.
Okay. Alright. Sorry, I mean to cut you off.
And then
Anything else?
I'll take, yeah, my last unarmed attack. Will miss.
Okay. While it once again stands there, just slack-jawed at Kelroth, you're just gonna wail on it, chomping at it. Its footing gets a little less kind of, firm. It seems to kind of be favoring one leg over the other after this long series of math. I'm in my third column on this piece of paper. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Kelroth, back to you. Feeling a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah. What the hell? Ugh. These situational spells that you wish you had, Does anyone know how to speak giant?
Orryn basically does. He can speak Gnomish, which is like basically giant.
It's like the Spanish to Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
gnomes and giants, you just put them next to each other, they look like the same.
You doing like
Yeah.
the Family Guy? You like the Family Guy Italian? Oh, bibbidi bobbidi boobidi.
I don't know what
Gnomish is
offensive.
Like,
I don't know what offensive giant stereotype language is. But whatever that was, same joke, just offensive giant stereotype.
Yeah, take that offense. I'm currently concentrating on bless. So I'm going to not concentration. I'm going to I'm going to lock eyes with Orryn and be like, do I have consent? As I cast Cure Wounds on him at 2nd level.
No, don't save my life.
Okay, I'll cure myself instead. He said
No.
I mean,
I
this
was
could have been
joking,
you.
sarcasm.
Okay.
Man, I feel great.
Oh my god, that's like the worst roll. Well, that was my worst roll, so I worst healed you. This is your fault.
Well, it's 1 HP away from your worst roll.
1, yes. Take a 12.
Okay.
12 healings.
You gotta quit using the dice roller. It's screwing you, bro.
I know, but it. I mean, I have real dice.
There may be a gift. There may be a gift. There may be a gift box at the end of this campaign, just in case.
I have. Curse of Strahd dice.
Do you use them tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm being told to use them right now because apparently I'm fucking
Oh.
everything up.
Oh. You get the real dice mulligan.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll use my Strahd cursing dice.
Which are the perfect dice to heal with.
Yeah.
Let's get some practice rolls in. You gotta warm up your rolling.
Orryn's over there dying,
So,
and you're like, hold on, man, 1 second.
Wow, these are some pretty good rolls. Too bad for you. I should have. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Look, I healed him for 12.
Okay.
That's the 2nd level spell slot, man. I'm burning up my spells like nobody's business right now.
All right, so Orryn's gonna take his 12 and be happy.
I need a long rest again.
And as you once again call on your deity's favor to aid your party, the giant grows slightly afraid. Its demeanor goes from amazement and awe to almost being intimidated. It seems to kind of shirk in its posture ever so slightly, and it constantly has this questioning look as
Yeah, back off.
it looks skyward. Jaatuuli.
All right. Jaatuuli chops.
Okay. And what, you have +1 hand axes, yeah?
Yeah, plus
Okay.
1 hand axes. Yeah. Chop number 1. 24 to hit.
Yes.
Let's get him out of the way here. Chop number 2 is 26 to hit.
Yes.
Bonus chop is 26 to hit.
Yes.
Wow. I just rolled 16, 18, 18. What up, dice roller machine? Bitch. You can't do that. All right. So, first one is 15 damage.
Okay.
Second one is 14 damage. And the third one is 14 damage.
Okay. Very nice. It proves an easy target, intimidated, or whatever is going on in both of its heads as it relates to Kelroth. So once again, you just waylay this thing, and it, once again, despite knowing that you caused the correct amount of damage and everything seems reflective of your effort and your job as a barbarian, it has still not broken its glance at Kelroth, and you chomping at it, it seems more afraid of him than it is of you, who's chopping the fuck out of it at the time.
I noticed nothing.
Don't care.
No, I'm just blurry-eyed and pissed. Just blah.
Didn't notice.
All right, so yeah, Orryn.
That was a lot of
You
damage.
muted.
Oops. Sorry. I think Orryn is going to attack it again.
Okay.
Orryn thinks this thing is pretty close to death. And if not close, he's gonna go down swinging. So
It is within your damage range if you hit it twice.
come on, Orryn.
You could fulfill this dragon slayer or this giant slayer thing.
Critical hit on this one.
Wow.
So that's
You're gonna thunder gauntlet the shit out of this thing, is it? Yeah.
Wham,
yes.
wham.
13 plus D8.
Dude, what is up with my computer today?
So that is 19 thunder damage for that first hit.
Wow.
Okay.
And I actually miss it for the second hit. I rolled a
Bro.
3.
Bro.
But I got a critical hit.
You did, and I was really rooting for you just because this would have been absolutely perfect. Also, would like to comment on an artificer's critical strike getting 19 damage. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know. I got it. It's not what you do. You're a smart guy. All right. So this
Actually, wait. As a bonus action, I'm going to have a homunculus servant to attack.
Okay.
Bring it out. So 18
That's like
hits.
1 damage.
I think it's. Let me see. It's been a long time.
It's a
since I've
melee
actually
attack,
attacked.
right? I think it's just 1 damage.
It's a ranged attack.
Range.
It is. Yeah, 1d4 plus. I think it's technically supposed to be plus proficiency, but right here it's showing 1d4 plus 2. So
Well,
okay.
to 5.
To hit.
5 force damage. No, it had an 18 to hit.
Okay. So what's your homunculus's name?
I named it and then I forgot its name. So let's go with
Hungers.
We can retcon it right now. What do you want?
what's a good name for like a little owl looking thing?
Jeez. I don't know.
Big butt.
I'm gonna steal from Harry Potter, okay,
Hedwig.
and name it. No, not Hedwig. That's too easy. I'm gonna name it Hagrid.
Okay.
No.
I can't completely spell the
So
idea.
what does
but
what does Hagrid's attack look like? What is it? Was it?
It's like a ranged force attack. basically it's called Force Strike. Imagine it's like the Force Lightning.
Okay. As it's gonna kind of putter up, give it like the old R2D2, like zap, bzz, not like anything too dramatic. And as it does, the giant's going to be exceptionally annoyed and kind of swat at it as best that it can, and still remain just barely hanging on. It is barely standing. It is swaying. Probably just the fact that it has such a wide base is the only reason why it's still standing.
Sorry, guys, I tried.
And it is going to walk or hobble away from everybody's melee and make a move towards Kelroth.
Wait, away from our melee?
Hold on there, buddy. It's not going
well,
anywhere.
But I'm in I'm in melee with it too, so it's not like it's probably not leaving your guys' range.
Okay.
Oh, it's not going
I'm-
anywhere.
I'm
If it's
standing
trying
next
to get
to
out
you
of my
guys.
range.
No, I was going to give everybody opportunity attacks.
Okay.
It wasn't.
I mean, I'm pretty close though, because I was standing
So-
right next to Orryn and he's been meleeing it because I took that hit for him.
22 to hit for me.
Yep.
All right.
22 to hit from me.
Okay.
And 14 damage.
Okay.
19 to hit from Orryn with. Oh, Jaatuli's being put to shame. I got 9 damage instead of 19.
Okay.
Oh,
Less than half.
what up, big bad barbarian?
7 regular, 3 psychic.
Okay. As this thing kind of turns on like the ball of its feet, like you would if you're going to change direction while still standing, everybody sees this opportunity, literally attack of opportunity, and hits it with whatever it has. And just as it begins to turn and kind of make the move towards Kelroth, the unrelenting damage, the long onslaught finally takes its toll, and the giant seems cut down, obviously for how tall you all are, and as it begins to fall, as it heads towards Kelroth, I'm going to need Kelroth to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being crushed underneath it.
Wait, what?
I mean-
What? Wait, what?
It's about to fall on you
I can, I'll
Why
dig-
me?
because it's
I'll eat.
walking towards you.
Oh.
Hey, you want to be in melee combat, buddy?
I was in
That'll
melee
happen.
combat.
Now you're
Natural 20 for an 18.
Okay, so as it, just like the T-1000 in Terminator 2, as it makes its way, when it's been frozen, it just kind of steps and gets a little shorter and gets a little shorter, and as it just comes down to a knee and then 2 knees and begins to crawl on its knees and just kind of boom, falls just as Kelroth ducks out of the way. It falls dead. Just splayed out
Personal space.
in the snow. And everybody give me a perception check, please.
Oh shit. 24.
Okay?
Ooh, I got an 8.
I'm
15.
crazy observant right now.
27. My eyes are open.
Everybody except Orryn
Except me. What?
sees in the sky, off in the distance, not in the not too far, not too distant, the flashing blue glow behind the clouds, a rhythmic flapping that sounds like wings, and
No.
a very distinct animalistic roar,
No.
followed by a flash, a almost blinding flash of blue magical light coming down from the clouds.
What?
As the giant, the once familiar dragon comes from out the clouds. Its blue aura, no longer obstructed by the clouds, lights up the tundra in this creepy, magical blue glow as it gives a terrifying screech, spreads its wings as far as humanly possible, comes to a just dramatic slam to the ground, shaking everything. You manage to keep your feet. You had your chance to join me. Now you will watch all of 10 towns fall to my rage. And it crouches down and it takes off back into the sky, blowing snow.
I try to run after it.
Blowing snow and...
Wait. What? Like... Wait, wait, it was on a bird?
It was a dragon.
She's on a bird. Oh, it was the dragon. It was the dragon. Okay.
I tried to jump after it. My God, no!
Give me an athletics
Run
check.
as fast as dragonly possible.
Athletics check. That is... I don't know. I have to look it up.
This is probably like an adult dragon, maybe even an elder dragon.
21.
I don't think I can do anything to it.
As it takes off, it's slow to gain altitude. It's a big, cumbersome, heavy creature. It flaps its wings because of your speed and your just kind of muscular build. You can fight through the wind as a result of it flapping its wings. And just as it gets off the ground, you manage to jump up and grab onto one of its talons as it begins to get higher and higher in the sky. And that's where we will leave it for the evening.
So just... well, I didn't think that one
Nobody's
through.
gonna say anything about him splitting the party, huh?
It's your boy, man.
It's party split number 2 for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys...
I didn't mean...
I mean, I just imagine you had some personal shit to take care of, so like, you
Hey,
know,
dog, okay, bye.
grabbing a dragon and disappearing was,
Look,
you
man,
know,
I
on
know that's
brand.
I know that's your boy, so I'm not really gonna do anything. I hope you're okay. Bye.
Yeah, like, hey, I know you worship him, so I hope you're okay.
I'm like, oh, shit.
I was like, I could take the smallest chance of like a really low roll and like banish the dragon, but then it would just come back and kill us, right? Like, so I'm like, I guess that wasn't the best choice, so I didn't do it. But
all right.
I don't have 8 hours to do the only thing I could do in defense, but.
All right, so the party managed to survive the evening. Like I said, in real time, their first rest in probably about a month and a half.
Yeah, and we're already at like 2 of us already at half health and half spells. Like,
And,
that's like he's screwing us.
You
What the fuck?
you encountered your friends, the Reghead, whose tent you burned and whose tent you just kicked over and fucked over while they were
I
starving.
didn't do that.
Nope,
that wasn't me.
And then,
Orryn.
Oh, yeah, that's the giant slayer down there.
and you did manage to kill this cool new monster. Like I said, I just found it in the prep for this week.
Take that, wizard.
And then
The giant fell, Orryn did not.
And then we had a reunion with Jaatuuli's boy, Cryovane, and whatever's been
Who took him on a ride.
Who's taking him on a ride? I like to breathe.
Yeah.
I
Right.
sprinkle
I'm
some.
Alcor right now, except for I didn't get a good handle on
Come with me on a magic dragon ride, and you don't know what. All right, and that's how we got Twitch
cocaine
suspended.
on the giant.
it.
So yeah, another great episode by these players. That's definitely not how I had it scripted before the show started. So once again, well done to you. Every week we come out and we celebrate the great characters that these guys play. The one thing that's absolutely true is that there's even better people behind these characters. The show wouldn't be great without them. Most of you guys. So it's the end of the show. We'll take our chance to meet, like I said, 4 guys I really consider my friends, and I'm glad to know. Let's start with Kelroth. A little bit more kind of offensive from you tonight.
I didn't do anything.
Banish the giant.
That is like the least offensive thing to do.
But for you, that's pretty.
He tried to bestow a curse.
Yeah, I mean, is the pressure
actually made actions.
Yeah.
Look, listen, I took a passive-aggressive stance at what was an invasion of my personal space because I'm not going to start a fight, but I ain't going to stand for that.
Yeah, Kelroth, tell us about.
I've embraced that Kelroth is kind of a ponce. And I genuinely feel it in my heart. He's grown to be kind of a little bit of a racist and a ponce. And
But you are somewhat of an evangelical for a giant or for a dragon you don't believe in. You're very quick to be like, hey dog, you
I was actually thinking like when I was flying up in the air, if like the dragon killed me and ate me, that like you guys would come out and just you'd see pamphlets.
Give Cryovane a chance.
Well, I guess what he wanted. Yeah, I guess what he wanted.
So yeah, my name's Dustin. I play Kelroth. I play the half silly, half serious character of the pacifist. And in the real world, I work too much. I am a bartender and a server. I recently quit my current job because it literally took me an hour to find a new job. So I was like, well, these guys are going to give me what I want. It doesn't mean it's going to be better, but I'm going to give it a shot, meet some new people, and bam. So I'm on my last week at this job, and I'm starting a new adventure. And also, I'm about to go on a month of vacation.
Nice.
Well, in a couple of months, so it's a little bit of ways, but we'll coordinate as time gets closer.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Awesome. And as always, buddy, that was great. Thanks for coming out. Let's move upstairs on the East Coast to my actual friend, who I've known for almost 10 years now.
Hey.
Somewhere around there. No, more than that. Yeah, somewhere around there.
IRL, baby.
Yeah.
IRL. Don't easy, guys. Easy.
Yeah.
We've hugged each other in real life, all right?
Yeah. I was like, I've held his kids. One of them, anyway. Yeah. So, Baldr, tell us about Lewis.
As Manny said, I am Lewis. I have known Manny for actually, it is 10 years now because it's been 10 years, man. I've known Manny for 10 years. We've been playing D&D probably
all of 5th edition. Since before the books were all out.
Since basically the player's handbook came out, Manny and I have been playing D&D together. Loved every second of it. Can't wait for what's to come. And I hope you guys have had an amazing time.
Awesome. Orryn, big night, a lot of damage, a lot of thunder gauntlets. You're going to have to check the batteries on that bad boy. Tell us about our boy Landon.
I'm a software developer. I have a wife and I have 2 St. Bernard puppies. I call them puppies, but of course they're at this point fully grown. Beowulf, my boy, he outweighs me, and Snow, our girl, outweighs my wife. So they're
you got a dog in your own weight class if you ever want to fight.
Exactly. I love RPGs. Here in the past like 2 months, I've gotten into Final Fantasy 14. I just got to Heaven's Word, so eventually I'll get through all the main scenario quests. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm having a lot of fun with this D&D group. It's definitely been a relief to have a D&D group that's fun to play with. You know, sometimes you don't always get the best people to play with, and this group I'm very happy with. So,
Me too, buddy.
but
Me
I think
too.
that's about it for me.
Yeah. For a guy I met on Twitter, 2 people I found on Reddit, and a friend of mine. I could not have gotten more lucky with the group that I got with you guys, and I'm thankful for it every week, and that's why I make sure to tell you guys that, you know, like I said, this has been a lot of fun, and it just means the world to me that you guys are just as into it as I am. So thank you. And let's finish up with said Twitter meeting. Probably over some wrestling stuff that we got to talking about. Like, hey man, I'm about to do a D&D game. You want to do a D&D game? Yeah, man, that'd be great. All right, cool. Fuck it, yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it.
I mean, basically, that's how it went. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you like wrestling? Sweet, let's D&D.
Yeah.
I am Tenta. I play Jaatuuli. I love wrestling. I love fighting and metal, and I have a wife and 2 cat children, both of which made an appearance today. And like everyone else, I'm just super grateful to be a part of this, and it's always so much fun.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. All right, as always, I've been Manny at GrowedUpGeek on all of your social media, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever on your platform of choice, so support for this channel. We're here every Tuesday for our flagship long-run persistent campaign. Getting towards the tail end, we're going to be releasing what we're going to be doing after this. We will all be staying together, same time, same group, same DM. Just we're going to be doing something different once Rime of the Frostmaiden's over, so stay tuned for that. On Wednesday, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch all of us as these kind of just worst saviors of Barovia that they could ever ask for. That by the time we get to the end, they might just be like, you know what, fuck it, leave Strahd. You guys are a shit show. So that'll be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for One Shot Wednesdays, Part 3 of Artis Ad Solemn, Towards the Sun, with our amazing special guest DM, Litza Bronwyn, our good friend of the channel. We can't wait to see what we get into tomorrow night. And if you can't catch us then, hopefully we'll see you real soon. Tuesday nights here, Wednesday nights both at 7 o'clock. After our little mini Barovian campaign, please stay tuned on Wednesday nights for our big season finale of One Shot Wednesdays, where we're going to be doing Assault on Mount Celestia, where level 15 power fantasy, everybody gets to fight gods like God of War, so that pretty much sells itself. Stay tuned for that in 2 weeks from tomorrow. In the meantime, thanks to everybody who came out and watched today. It really means the world to us. We'll see everybody tomorrow night, and if not, back here next week for Tuesday Twilight Malediction. Thanks for watching. We'll see everybody soon. Bye!